Okay, so it's pointing over there, unless somebody moved. Did it move?
No.
I promise I didn't move. Did it move? It's pointing? Okay. All right, I am defense attorney, Mr. Farnsworth, Farnsworth.
I'm also for defense, Mr. Reed, R-E-E-D.
I am the witness.
And I am plaintiff attorney, Mr. Barris, B-E-R-R-I-S. Okay, so let's start on line 8, question by defense. Ready? Ready. Okay, I take it you were watching Leanne skate?
Yes, sir, I was.
Were you sitting this skate out?
Yes, sir, I was.
Was this a backwards skate?
Yes, sir, it was.
Is it any particular kind of a backwards skate?
I can't remember. It seems like it was for the older kids, but I'm not sure.
Had you watched Leanne go around a couple of times on the skating floor?
Yes, sir, I was watching her.
I take it music was playing?
Yes, sir, it was.
Do you remember what kind of music was playing?
No, sir, I do not remember.
Were the lights on?
I can't remember.
I take it there was some kind of light on you could see, couldn't you?
Yes, sir, I could see.
Were there any fancy strobes on?
I don't think there were, no.
Do you know how many times Leanne went around the skating rink before the accident?
No, I don't.
So you were in position of the exit number 1 and exit number 2, watching Leanne skate, and then this girl, Jan, was situated outside of exit 1.
Yes, sir.
What happened from there?
Then Leanne kept skating backwards. Right when she was there, Jan came out.
Try to verbalize where and here, all the words you're using.
It might help if you draw a line the direction she was skating and then put an X. I don't want to interfere. I'm just trying to help out so that your deposition is clear, because somebody reading this later on isn't going to have the benefit of your moving your hand. Maybe you could just draw a line as to which direction she was skating and then put another X where they finally collided.
Okay, so Leanne was going backwards towards exit 2, but was still at exit 1. And when Leanne was right about at exit 1, Jan came out. They then came across, and they were about right there when someone yelled.
There was a collision.
Could we mark that impact or collision?
Why don't you put Jan right here next to the line so that we know that's Jan's travel? I think that's self-explanatory. I take it you were right there?
Yes, I was right there.
Between exit 1 and 2, when Jan left from exit 1 to go onto the skating floor, tell me how Jan came out. What was she doing?
Just skating forward, not really skating, just kind of stepping and walking.
She was kind of walking onto the floor.
Yes, sir?
Traffic was skating backwards at this time.
Yes, sir?
Was she skating with the flow of the traffic, or was she just coming onto the floor?
Coming onto the floor.
Where was she looking at this time, just prior to the impact?
Jan? I'm not sure where she was looking.
What about Leanne? Where was she looking?
She was just kind of looking like that, you know.
And she was looking over her shoulder?
Her left shoulder.
Jan was looking over her left shoulder?
No, Leanne.
Leanne, I'm sorry. And she was looking over her left shoulder, obviously trying to see where she was going.
Trying to see, yes.
And Jan was stepping out onto the skating floor.
Yes, sir. Going very slow, yes.
Could you see if Jan could see that Leanne was coming?
I don't know.
I take it just before this collision occurred, somebody yelled, "Watch out."
Someone yelled, yes.
Do you know who said that?
Some person out there, I don't know who it was.
Did Leanne react to that warning?
Yes, right when the person said that, she turned around. That's when it happened.
So the collision happened right at the second Leanne turned around to look?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Do you know if Jan reacted in any way to the watch out warning?
She might have, I'm not sure.
Do you know if Kim might have yelled the warning?
No, I'm not sure. It was some guy, I believe.
It was a male voice?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Are you guessing, Heather?
No, sir, I am not.
How fast was Leanne skating at the time of the impact?
Just a regular skate, not too fast and not too slow.
If I said like a walk pace, would that describe it?
Not a walk pace, no.
Slower than a walk pace?
It was faster than a walk pace, but it wasn't like a run. Wasn't real fast.
All right, fine. Now, how about Jan? How fast was she coming onto the floor?
Not very fast.
You said she was kind of stepping onto the floor?
Right, right.
Were her skates freely rolling or was she walking?
She wasn't walking, but she was going pretty slow.
You said that you don't know where her face was pointed.
No, I don't know what she was looking at.
Can you describe for me the collision the two had?
Jan was stepping out, or kind of rolling, stepping. And Leanne was just coming backwards and looking over the wrong shoulder. She was looking over her left shoulder and Jan was on the right, more like. The person said, "Look out," and when Leanne looked over her right shoulder, then it happened.
She was looking left and the watch out occurred and then at that point they hit.
Yes, they did.
How did their bodies fall?
What do you mean, how did their bodies fall?
How did Leanne land on Jan?
I guess she just tripped backwards and fell.
Leanne fell over Jan?
Yes, sir, as far as I can recall.
How about Jan? How did she fall?
I can't remember how she fell, but Leanne was on top of her.
Did Jan fall forward?
I think she fell backwards and then kind of rolled over.
That's all the questions I have. Mr. Reed may have some questions for you though.
Why don't you tell us again how you thought Jen fell?
Well, she fell backwards, and I think she kind of rolled over and hit her head.
Did you see them both fall down?
Yes, I did.
What happened after they had fallen down?
Well, Leanne got up right away, and I came skating out, and we got Jan up and took her off the floor. Then we got her tooth later. We took her over to the people to try to help her.
Leanne immediately got up. I take it Jen was still on the ground a little bit longer.
Yes, sir, Leanne got up first.
Can you describe Jen for me? How was she doing at the time?
She was crying. She was hurt.
You left through exit 1.
Yes, I did.
Can you show me where did you go next?
We walked over past the video games, and we went up to the where you pay, only it was the other window.
Cashier's booth area?
Yes, sir, only it was the other window. And we said, "Can we get some help somewhere?" So they got someone. I'm not sure who the person was. They took her over to a little room. That's where we took her.
I take it Leanne is with you at this time.
Yes, she is.
What about Kim? Is she there now too?
No, I think she is getting the tooth.
So both you and Leanne assisted Jan. You took her to the cashier's booth and got a Cal Skate person, and I guess Kim at this time was looking for the tooth.
Yes, sir. Kim went to look for her tooth.
So apparently you realized she was missing a tooth.
Yes, we did.
I guess you and Jen and Leanne went into the back room.
Yes, we did.
Do you remember who you talked to?
No, I don't.
Can you describe the Cal Skate person for me? Was it a man or a woman?
I can't remember, but we asked if they would help. They said, "There is nothing we can do right now," so we left. They told us to go. I didn't really go inside.
Jan was inside with the Cal Skate person and you left then, is that right?
Yes, sir. I walked away.
Where did you go after that?
We went back to meet Kim with the tooth.
I take it Kim had found the tooth?
Yes, she did.
Did you ever go out on the floor yourself to look for the tooth?
No, I didn't.
Kim did all that?
Yes, she did.
Once she found the tooth, what did you do with it?
We came back to the room and gave the people the tooth.
Did you see if the tooth was given any care at any time?
You mean the tooth that fell on the floor? No.
You gave it to the Cal Skate person. Did you see if they did anything with it?
No, I don't know what they did with it.
Anything happened after that, after you gave them the tooth?
We went back out and we waited, as I recall. They said they were going to call the parents, so we just, we didn't go right back in. So we waited a few minutes to see if everything was going to be okay.
I take it Jen's parents did show up.
I don't know, I didn't see them.
Had you left before then and gone home?
I don't know. They could have come while I was out there, I'm not sure.
Did any of the Cal Skate people ask you how the accident occurred then?
Just told them briefly that Leanne had fallen on Jan.
Was this that person you gave the tooth to, or the person that was taking care of Jan?
Yes, it was.
Which one?
The one that we gave the tooth to in the little room.
Jim, why don't you ask the rest of your questions now?
Okay. Do you remember what time the accident occurred?
No, it seemed like though it was the 12 o'clock session.
How long do 12 o'clock sessions last?
Something like until 3:30.
Was it like the middle of the session?
I think it was kind of near the end because we left pretty soon after that.
Did you drive right about 12 o'clock when the session began?
I think so, yes.
So you had skated for quite a while when the accident occurred?
Yes, sir.
I take it the accident put a damper on skating the rest of the day?
Yes, it sure did.
What kind of skater are you? Are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced?
I'd say about an intermediate.
Have you been to Cal Skate before?
Yes, I have.
How many times before?
Quite a few, quite a number of times.
How often do you skate per month, let's say?
I haven't been skating for a while, not too often anymore.
Would you skate more than once a month?
Probably not.
You would say once a month then?
Probably about once a month.
You've been to Cal Skate many, many times, right?
Yes, I have.
When the accident occurred or in that immediate time frame, were there any floor guards on duty?
I'm sure there was one out there, but he didn't come over to us.
Floor guards, do they wear anything special? Do they have a uniform?
Yes, they do.
Can you describe the uniform for me?
It's yellow and brown, I believe.
I take it they carry a whistle?
Yes, they do.
What do they do?
When someone falls, they're supposed to blow the whistle so people in that area will stop skating.
Do they also enforce the rules, skating rules?
I guess so, yes.
This is the penalty box here. Do you know what that's for?
To put people that need to be in the penalty box in there.
So I take it floor guards put people in there who break the rules.
I guess the floor guards do it, yes.
Was anybody in the penalty box that day that you're aware of?
I don't know.
Was there a disc jockey on duty that day?
I'm sure there was, yes.
What does the disc jockey do?
Well, he plays the songs.
Does he do anything else?
He takes requests.
Does he announce things once in a while?
Yes, he does.
Does he have a loudspeaker that he uses?
Yes, he does.
Does he tell people if there's going to be a fast skate or a slow
Yes, he
skate?
does.
Or forward or backwards skate?
Yes, sir. Whatever is coming up next.
Did he announce that there was a backwards skate when the accident occurred here?
Yes, he did.
Do you remember what exactly he said during that skate?
No, I don't.
Do you remember if he said it was a backwards skate?
Yes, he said that.
Do you remember if he said anything else at all? Did he say it was an advanced backwards skate or girls only?
It was something like a certain age.
So it was an age group backwards skate?
I'm sure it was, yes.
The floor guards, during the times you skated at Cal Skate, where are they usually positioned on the skating floor?
I'd say around in that area, not in the middle.
You're circling the center of the skating rink. Are they generally skating around the center of the skating rink?
They're all over, really. It is very hard to say.
I take it they wear skates,
Yes, they do.
so they skate along with the traffic sometimes?
Yes, they do.
Do they generally kind of patrol?
I'm going to make a standing objection as to leading of the witness and suggesting the response to her rather than just asking her for her recollection of what happened and what they were doing.
It's okay, you don't have to worry about it. You can still answer my question.
Okay, I understand.
It's showing us, huh?
Yeah.
I am defense attorney Mr. Knutson, K-N-U-T-S-E-N.
I'm also for defense, Mr. Marks, M-A-R-K-S.
I am the witness.
I am plaintiff attorney Mr. Wilson, W-I-L-S-O-N.
Okay, starts with examination by defense. Ready? Mr. Brock, I assume Mr. Marks has given you some idea about how the questions are going to be going this afternoon, and you understand why we are here?
Yes.
If at any time you don't hear me or understand me, please stop me before you try to answer a question, and let's get it straightened out before that.
Yes.
And the gentleman on your right up there has to take down everything we say, and he can't get a nod of the head and so forth, so will you please keep your voice up and keep your answers coming orally and not just nodding your head?
All right.
May I have your full name, please?
Billy L. Brock.
Do you spell it B-I-L-L-I-E?
That is the way it is on the birth certificate.
Your present age?
28.
Are you married?
Yes.
Your wife's name, please?
Carla.
With a C or a K?
C.
And any children living with you?
2.
Where are you living now?
4007 Fargo Road.
Now, is that property owned by your father, William Lee Brock?
Yes,
Is William Lee his proper name?
you have got me.
Okay. How do you know him? When you talk to other people about him, is it Bill or Lee?
How about Dad?
Okay, well, if you have to call him something officially, what do you call him?
Lee?
Are you living in a trailer house on that property?
Yes,
Now, originally, your father bought that property from your brother-in-law. Is that right?
right.
And at the time that your father and mother purchased the property from your brother-in-law, you were already on the premises?
Right,
You were living in the house that is on there?
right.
Generally speaking, how big a house is that?
2-bedroom average.
Separate kitchen, separate dining room,
No dining room.
but a living room?
Living room, 2 bedrooms.
How many baths?
1.
Now, can you tell me how long you were living on the property before your father purchased it?
Oh, about 18, 19 years, or you say now before he purchased it? Well, put it this way, I have lived there altogether about 18, 19 years.
Well, had there been any time in the past when your parents lived on there while your brother-in-law owned it?
Yes.
I see. How long before the accident, or withdraw that, how long before your father bought the property did your mother and father move out of there?
Oh, probably 3 years, I guess.
So for 3 years before your father and mother owned it, you were sort of renting from your brother-in-law. Is that it?
No, no.
What have I got wrong?
We were back east. We moved back east in 1968.
All right, is this correct? Your brother-in-law owned it for a number of years before your father-in-law bought it?
He built it, yes.
Oh, he built it. So your brother-in-law owned the place for over 10 years before your father finally